Kabi Lamb is currently the most followed person on TikTok. But not too long ago, Charli D'Amelio held that crown.
Guys, it's Charli and I'm super excited to be sharing with you my first ever YouTube video on my YouTube channel.
She was the first to reach 100 million followers on the platform, but then people suddenly started hating her. Videos of her downfall were popping off.
Have Dixie and Charli D'Amelio become the biggest fall-off of 2023?
Many people thought she was ungrateful and was wasting her fame.
They should be called out when they need to be humbled a little, because you see this happen all the time. People get really famous, a lot of followers really quickly. They think they're entitled to 100 million. They complain that they only have 95 million followers. They complain that they have a...
Looking back years later, most of the hate was undeserved.
Messed up stuff that people are saying. Like people telling me to hate myself, people just like blatantly disrespecting the fact that I'm still a human being is not okay at all.
And her advertised downfall never actually happened. In 2019, a 15-year-old Charli D'Amelio blew up on TikTok after posting a video duetting to a dance of a user called Dancing with Joy.
Step, flip, flip, shoulder, shoulder, hip, hip. Hands go up, hands go down, move your booty all around.
But before all that, she was just a teenager with a well-off but normal family. In just about 3 months, it had helped her surpass 100,000 followers. She was hooked to success and began posting daily. What actually took Charli to true stardom was a simple dance called Renegade. It was also perfect timing that it happened during the lockdown when everyone had free time on their hands and spent most of it on TikTok. Doing duets with her sister Dixie, it got so huge she was called the CEO of the Renegade, even though it was actually invented by another girl called Jalea Harmon. She did end up giving her credit. By May 2020, she had amassed about 50 million followers on TikTok and was officially the most followed person on the app. She was no longer just a girl with a relatively normal family and life. She was a celebrity. What made Charli's video easy for the TikTok algorithm to spread was it has no language barrier and frankly no age barrier. This was critical as children was the predominant age of TikTok users at the time. But this applies to also other dancers on TikTok. So why Charli? Why was she becoming the face of TikTok? Well, even she didn't know.
The stuff that you do.
It doesn't seem real because I'm like, why do they know who? I'm just dancing in my room by myself. Why do they know?
Her success seemed to come easy.
Probably the ones that I can't do or they take too long to learn. Like first I hated Renegade because it took me like such a long time. It was like over a span of like 3 days. I would like learn a little bit of it and then I was like, okay, I can't do it. And then now I got it and it's like my favorite one. So that I did not like at first. It took such a long time. There's so many like little moves.
And was best said by Patrick Cece.
Famous for nothing.
That's when the hate started to come in. People began to do crazy reactions, mocking how simplistic her dances were. For creators, mocking Charli was a sure way to get views.
You're a person, you're just the thing that people get to judge and objectify and call names and bully. So it's like they don't expect it to hurt us, but...
But in sheer irony, it got her more popular as she was also exposed to people outside her own audience. What started the real hate was when Charli began to face some major controversy. In the first and only episode of Dinner with the D'Amelios, Charli and her sister Dixie stirred fire on the internet.
Welcome to the D'Amelio Family YouTube channel, and tonight we are starting our brand new episode of Dinner with the D'Amelios, where we invite a person. Actually, we didn't invite anyone because we have no idea who's coming, but we're going to have a special guest tonight. They're going to sit right there and we're going to have dinner, get to know someone, and we have no idea.
James Charles was revealed to be the guest, and the food was made by private chef Aaron May. Charli's sister Dixie seemed repulsed by the snail served. After some words from the chef, she tried the snails.
Yummy. See? It sometimes happens when... Don't be so dramatic.
Excuse yourself.
Oh, she actually threw off.
Many people felt that this reaction was disrespectful to the chef even if she didn't like the food. She was also seen picking her nose and eating the booger. Charlie also made a statement that at the time seemed to piss people off, including James Charles.
If I hit 100 mil a year after hitting mil.
Was the 95 not enough for you?
Or they should be called out when they need to be humbled a little, because you see this happen all the time. People get really famous, a lot of followers really quickly. They think they're entitled to 100 million. They complain that they only have 95 million followers. They complain that they have
While Charlie's words for some reason brought hate, it was what Dixie did that got people talking. But Charlie being the one on the spotlight, she was the one receiving most of the hate. It got so bad she lost over 1 million followers at the time, and she ended up making a response.
We've since talked to Chef Aaron May, and like, he's not upset. He was in on the joke, so he was like it wasn't a thing where we were being blatantly disrespectful. It was more a thing like you joke around with your friends. Everyone on my team is friend. And
apparently, it was just a skit for the video. She also talked about her innocent comment on reaching 100 million followers.
Said about the followers thing, I genuinely just thought it would be so cool to hit a huge milestone a year after hitting another milestone. I never meant for you guys to make it seem like you were numbers or did not mean anything, and
She ended up breaking down in tears, which might be understandable, but was a huge mistake.
Seeing how people reacted to this, like, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. Like, this is messed up stuff that people are saying. Like, people telling me to myself, people just like blatantly disrespecting the fact that I'm still a human being is not okay at all.
After that, it was twisted that she was crying because she lost 1 million followers. This only fueled the hate people were beginning to grow for her. No matter what she did, she was always going to be seen as a spoiled brat, which could be seen in the next controversy that made people hate her. But first, if you've enjoyed the video so far, and want to see more like this, like and subscribe, it helps a lot. In a video, Charlie and her friends dressed up as Walmart employees to promote her popcorn. This enraged people, as it was found to be tone deaf.
Have received significant backlash, especially towards Charlie herself, for being tone deaf in the context of a very real cost of living crisis.
Require you to actually want to do that job for like months instead of just doing it for half an hour as a publicity stunt trying to show off how relatable you still are to all the poor peasants.
While these creators may be just calling out what's wrong with the marketing approach, she received more hate from people than most pranksters that actually mock and make fun of minimum wage workers get. In truth, it's just easy to hate Charli D'Amelio. One thing people have always said about Charli was that she was unable to fully capitalize on her fame.
How did the D'Amelios screw up more than $32 million worth of pretty privilege?
I really don't want to work anymore.
First, we need to understand how the D'Amelios had every single chance to build $1 billion empire. But no, the D'Amelio parents said, heck.
Okay, full disclosure, this video is going to be kind of mean, but I have a master's degree in marketing and I'm dying to talk about why I think the D'Amelio brand has completely failed.
People were talking about how she had the potential to reach the Kardashians, to become a billionaire, and she fumbled the bag. But what has she achieved so far? Charli was able to help her sister Dixie get into the spotlight. Today, she boasts of over 50 million followers and has a music career with songs that charted. If you know Charli, you probably know Dixie. Even her mother and father gained following of their own. The family signed to United Talent Agency in a bid to capitalize on their fame, which led them to start a reality show, and it became the most watched unscripted series among all first season titles in the genre on Hulu. She voice acted in Hollywood, she was featured in a Super Bowl commercial, went to the Jimmy Fallon show, appeared in multiple music videos, made her own music, she wrote a book, and became a New York Times bestseller. Charli and her partner won season 31 of Dancing with the Stars, proving that even though her dance moves on TikTok are simplistic, she is a legitimate dancer. When it comes to products, she tried her hand at almost everything. but that came with backlash.
From 2020 to 2023 alone, they had their makeup line with Morphe, not exactly a hit, then a collaboration drink with Dunkin' Donuts, a fragrance line, a nail polish collection, a mattress, a footwear brand, a skincare brand, a popcorn brand.
While some concerns are legitimate,
Products were launched immediately following the blow up. There is just no way that they were developed with care and passion. Why shoes? Why popcorn? Why mattress?
it was that same pressure to succeed that caused it. Plus, Charlie was a teenager and wasn't exactly in control of everything.
Wow.
So what this is it's a look at your 2021. This is the major things we're focusing on. So we have all partnerships. We have, the different companies you're working with, like, ring lights and starting a clothing company.
My skin has kind of not been the best. So I feel like just getting my skin fixed, because it's really bad right now. And I don't think it's fair of me to be like, use my skincare rules. That's not what I want. I feel like a fraud, and I don't enjoy feeling like that.
After all this, Charlie is estimated to be worth over $85 million, and the D'Amelius family labeled as failed are worth over $100 million combined. Charlie still has over 100 million followers, and a good amount of views on her videos. Frankly, for someone exposed to fame and money at a young age, she has been pretty unproblematic. But people will always find a reason to hate those they don't believe deserve success. Charlie isn't an isolated incident. Karbie Lamb, the current #1, is also facing similar hate. Without being involved in any controversy, people just decided they don't like him anymore, and his comment section is filled with hate. Charli D'Amelio is still young, and the hate doesn't seem to affect her growth. Thanks for watching till the end. If you like videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe.